What's going on, Cowboys? Oh, we got them all on the screen already. I totally forgot about it and everything. We've got an awesome stream with Freedom 35, but of course, let me do them right. Get these guys off here. We gotta do them right here. Welcome back to the live stream. You already saw our guest, but I'm gonna bring him back on in a second here with a proper introduction. This man takes profits like a vandal, always gets to steppin' like a sandal, ill but not sick, lit but like a wick, always bringing fire like a candle. The first one, of course, you saw him. He's one of the most handsome men on here. He is the crypto warden, Ethan. Welcome to this channel.
Let's go, baby. I mean, I usually say something cool about our guests that we're having on. Unfortunately, the accidents do happen. Aaron is a little bit on the technological side, but that's okay because it's a beautiful day outside, baby. You guys know how I feel about Tuesdays. The other people we're having on, they feel great about Mondays, but today's Tuesday for a reason, baby. It's CNFT Tuesday. Let's go.
Shout out to everyone. Thanks for showing up to the stream. Dopest crew, Pulse Chain, John Paul. Good to see you all here.
What's going on, guys?
Today. And we've got awesome show. I want to get into like a whole range of things, especially Cardano related NFT projects. And these guys are some of the best in the business to really ask about for me to learn. So let me bring the first one on. Actually, he's the one who got me started in actually this whole crypto craze here. This man melts your face like a puddle. Gotta get with him like a huddle. You know he's your homie. If you ever get lonely, you can never ignore him like a cuddle. He is the one, the only TJ Lazy T from Freedom 35.
What's up, Cowboy Nation? What's up, baby?
Welcome to the stream. It's been a while, TJ. Glad to have you here.
What's
going on? I love the hat. Closest thing to a cowboy hat you got.
I know. I'll try to find something quick.
Hey, it does the job, man.
He's always using his hats and stuff like that. Snapbacks, fitteds, and today is what's that? Your gardening hat or something like a
little safari, little outdoor water hat.
I like it. It's been a little adventure hat. That hat right there.
That's pretty cool.
That's nice. Let's get this thing. Keeping it rolling. This man has an NFT collection that would make you want to get some protection. Always got a big bag of some NFT swag. Make this man president in the next old money election. He is the one, the only TOMMY Tommy from Freedom 35.
Yo, what's going on? CNFT Tuesday fam. Shout out to the Farmer's hat, the Cowboys hat, and of course the snapbacks. What's going on?
Yes, sir.
Keeping it good. We're excited for everything that's happening right now in the NFT space, and Tommy is one of the leading forefront guys, you know, just the voices that people are listening to, and for good reason. And of course, he rolls with some partners in crime, and we got to bring in this man about to pop off like a bubble. His knowledge is out of this world like the Hubble. Take you to the moon with NFTs of baboons, blast off in a rocket or a shuttle. The one, the only, the other Tom from Freedom 35. Welcome to the show.
Going on, guys? Yeah, glad we got to do this.
Good to have you on the stream as well. And looks like we got a full house tonight, boys.
We didn't coordinate here, though. I didn't get the hat memo from TJ and Tom. I would have got my hat from last time.
Last night decision, impulse.
This guy can't take a hint after a year and a half, you know?
At least snapbacks, man. That's what Freedom 35 is all about here. We got to get the snapbacks.
It's all about the balance. You still got the hats, no hats.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Someone has to rep for the no hats.
The secret is that we don't have to do our hair with the hats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
I don't have to do my hair anyway. So
that's so annoying.
On you guys.
All right, boys. We got some stuff to go through today. Got some NFTs. Got some news. But I do want to bring up one of these first points here. I sent you guys a tweet that I just found interesting here, and I thought the chat would find interesting as well. This is a tweet here of it's Monday here, the 50 most tweeted Cardano NFT projects of the last week. What do you guys think about this list? Do you guys agree with this? I mean, agree is probably like not a good word because I guess it's facts. I'm going to take this man at his word. I'm not sure if I don't even know this person, Goofy Crisp. I'm sure he's probably popular in the space. But let me pull up the list here. Sitting at the top is Working Dead NFT. Mm-hmm. Of course, the Mallards. Prime King NFTs. Have you heard of these guys? Can you tell me a little bit about these? Which ones are to look out on the radar? Which ones I could pass?
I mean, if you wanted to go strictly off the top of that list, like you're looking at something different, right? Like these may not be the top projects, but these are the most tweeted about, right? So there's a big difference there, and not all of those are NFT projects. Technically, you could put. Yeah, I'm looking at Hosky. Hosky technically, I guess, is an NFT project. But Working Dead being number one, honestly, surprising because I don't interact too much with them because I don't own any of them. I flipped a few of those when those minted. So to see them at number one is actually pretty impressive and makes me kind of want to go back through and see what else they got going on because I've honestly been disconnected since the mint. Mallet Order makes sense to me because I've seen how much they kind of engage the community and incentivize. And then Prime Kings is definitely one of the most hyped upcoming projects that's out there, along with Ada Inmates, which has just released their mint, and a lot of people are excited about that because it gives people the same structure, the same framework, kind of like early Ape Society vibes as far as like the structure of the NFT system. So makes sense, and then there's some surprises on there as well. So a very interesting dynamic. I don't know how relevant it is, but it's interesting to see the least.
I was going to say one thing to take too, because you were mentioning like you don't know if it's completely accurate. What Goofy Crisp did mention that like they keep a running list of projects that have some criteria before they start seeing how many tweets are like written about them. I think it's in fact, wait, I saw it earlier in threads. I'm sorry. Yeah, so they have to make sure that they have to be at least one time in the top 100 for volume for the daily or weekly or monthly.
Okay.
So that's because there's some projects that may be newer that haven't even minted yet that have a ton of tweets about them. But just because they maybe haven't minted, they're not in that JPEG store top whatever list, and they don't quite make the cut yet for their tweeted project. So it seems like these are going to be mostly, but there are a few on here, like you said, like Prime Kings, that wouldn't be there. So it's kind of interesting how they kind of throw that together. So some of it must be hype and just what catches their attention. And
that's a good point to talk about criteria first. So I should have done that, but yeah, good point on that. Thanks for bringing that the criteria. And so tell me about Prime Kings here. Is that like, are you guys excited about that? You said there's a lot of hype behind it. Is it even minted yet? I'm not.
Well, they had that sick video come out at like Thanksgiving.
Was it back then?
Yeah,
it's been a long time. I don't know.
Yeah. It was December 1st, actually. Yeah.
Okay, but it was impressive. The video.
It was like a little trailer.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pinned. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, they dropped this like artwork. This it was something that I know. I was over in another like alpha group chat called The Hand over there, and they had given like Discord. A lot of the new popular thing I'm seeing with Discord invites prior to like you being able to get into the Discord is there's like a waiting rooms in Discords, and in order to get into the main part of the actual Discord itself, people are doing like limited time codes or giving certain codes out to be able to get into the thing. So for the TGT hand group that I'm in, they had given like 50 codes or whatever it was, and I was able to get in and actually jump into the actual Discord. But that didn't necessarily whitelist you into the project. So I honestly, this is one I need to follow up on because it's getting more and more popular. And I know they have like like the kind of like invitation letter style, like whitelist passes. They've got those on the secondary for these. And they are a pretty high price right now. I believe they're 2,100 ADA right now on the secondary for the Prime King Prime Pass.
Well, I think you can get 7 NFTs with those passes too each.
Yeah, so people are looking forward to this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
And then I think 4 of them will be a 10% discount or something like that.
They just came out with their Prime paper too. I just saw that. It was on the 3rd. It was last week, and I was caught up with family visiting all last week. So
Yeah.
They just saw they had their prime paper come out 2 days or last Monday, I guess would have been.
Yeah, and it looks like the public Discord's also opening on the 28th next week. So there's some ways to get in there, but they're active inside the community. They're active inside of Twitter Spaces. So this is definitely a project I know a lot of people are starting to get a little bit hyped for. And of course, apes do very well in any medium out there. So you kind of can't go wrong with that, right?
For whatever reason. Yeah, it's like weird.
Just talking in the context of this list, you know, why people are talking about them, because even though they don't have the Discord going, this is the one that they do like a lot of Twitter interactions. They do like their own spaces. They also do, one of them is on YouTube Live or Twitch or something. They do like live sessions where they do like this art and things like that. On
AMAs and paint and stuff on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. They do painting. Yeah, they do like live paintings and things like that.
Yeah, I'm liking. So it sounds like a lot of this stuff is being checked off. You know, if I were to make a list of like check boxes to think about, okay, what kind of project should I get into? Most tweeted right now, a lot of hype, a lot of interaction, a lot of community engagement. You know, that kind of stuff is checking off my list here. Oh, here we go. Prime Kings.
Yeah, they give you. They're basically an art-centric kind of PFP that's going more the global route right now through like storytelling and stuff in this like sci-fi kind of world. It's their vibe. So they're they're looking to create like an IP. Like you're pretty much investing in the IP of this brand.
I think the artist was a part of Blizzard too. I don't know to what extent, but I know that's his background with the artist.
Yeah. I am in this project.
So they've got a really cool like vibe to them. So it'll be interesting because these guys are starting to kind of ramp up a little bit. So it's definitely one to keep an eye.
This is original stuff right here. This is kind of like for monsters and Mallard Order style. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's different, dude. Everybody in this day and age, right? Like you have to do something a little bit differently. You have to find a way to stand out, and it can't just be, hey guys, come check out our whitelist, and we're gonna get us minted out, and then we've got nothing of substance behind us. So I think
they have their own self capital behind them too, so they don't have to worry about. They're not so much focused on. Obviously, they want to mint out, but they have a lot of their own self funding to get things going.
Yeah.
I love their passes so much. Like the
passes are cool.
Oh, yeah,
not only just
the
actual like moving image itself and like holographic like 3D effect it has, but even then just with the card moving to keep that like to keep that perspective correct and like the like you're really seeing it move itself where it doesn't skew or anything like that. They did a really good job with it. Whoever they either commissioned or did, they have a lot of talent.
I am going to 100% buy this. I'm like,
I would calm down on that maybe. There is only 125 of these. Maybe before you ape into that, no pun intended.
Primate in. Freaking Mankey evolve into primate.
I would just suggest to you, Aaron, because the height when FOMO is high and there's less supply like this, these things do go for a big price. But I would do a lot more research, especially spending $800 in this kind of a market on this, of how quickly that could potentially drop half of its value. Once it gets closer to either the release or the release happens out there. So if you think with those 7 whitelist spots that you can generate enough of that to cover costs or at least get close to covering the cost of that thing, then go ahead and maybe make that purchase. But I would definitely make sure that you have a plan with that before just go and jump in.
Well, that's not the only factor too, because I would pick up 7. But then I would still have this as well to sell off as well.
Which I'm saying that may go down half its value of what it may go, right? So you're taking the gamble of what you can sell that for after the fact, depending upon what kind of value they give to it. Maybe like we've seen the Mallard Order where they've actually given value to that and it's kept and held its value. But there's other things out there where people have bought these passes. They were strictly pretty much whitelist at that time, and then people dumped them. So you just really need to, like I said, you probably should do a little research before purchasing into these kind of things.
Well, basically what he's saying is, can you make 2100 ADA off the mint, right off, like at least make your money back off the mint?
Roughly, yeah. Are you going to be able to sell these for roughly 300 ADA a piece?
Yeah.
Can you that will cover your cost in ADA, and after that, see what happens.
Well, 300 minus mint costs too. I mean, you got to include whatever it costs to mint as well.
Correct, right.
Is that expensive?
Yeah, 300 ADA profit is what you want to make off of your sale.
Each one off of each all 7 of them. Yep.
Which we don't know. I don't know if they've announced them in price yet on these. I haven't checked into that.
No, because they just got the paper out. I don't think it was in there.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get a price of around 100 to 200 anyway. So
Yeah. So basically, though, that's just like NFT 101, right? We just went through a bunch of different stuff right there, but how we would break that down based upon seeing something like this, why we would make the sort of decisions that we take into account before buying something like this.
On the other hand, though, the person selling that right now, Tommy, is very angry at you because you just stopped there from buying it.
Oh, well, I'm trying to also not nafafa you a little bit, but not financial advice, just a little good fun advice. It's just it's tough right now. The market is very down in terms, especially on the Cardano side in volume. So things that are hyped now, potentially, all it takes is a little. We've got some big mints upcoming here in the next month. Goombles was a big project that we talked about with Farmer Nash that's minting next week. We got the mint date for the 28th of February. So people, especially on big assets like this, they're going to want to take profit to potentially get into some of these other projects, and that's when you start to see deals pop up. So I would definitely keep an eye on this. If this is something that's a little more long-term out and you want to get in, you may have a little time. So that's all I'm saying on that. But if you got the liquidity to throw at it and you don't care, then do your thing, YOLO, and hang on for the ride.
I'm a big YOLO advocate. I'm like, I'm a big YOLO advocate for this stuff. So I mean, I care about. There's a few things I care about here. I care about the market. The checkboxes that I'm talking about, which are pretty easy. I mean, it's pretty easy. Like originality is a big checkbox for me right now. I'd probably have to do a little more research on the team, but at 2,100 ADA, I mean, that's such a. It's a big amount, but it's small enough to be like, okay. It's to me at least. I think it's a good enough bet to do it on. I would do an on-stream buy. Let's see, who said that? EQ or something?
I think it was Curly. Yeah, I think Curly said it.
Yeah, I would do an on-stream buy if I didn't have to transfer my ADA through Binance, through a freaking bridge or something. I mean, that's what's honestly been holding me up lately. I've just been having Binance.
I got this thing, my check-ins and my savings, and
yeah, it's honestly, it's like how that is. Most of my stuff is on the what's that network? Golly. The smart chain network, and Binance Smart Chain. But I gotta just transfer all of that.
Take your money off
exchange. You can use your credit card now.
Yeah,
you can.
You can.
No, I would never do that. I'm not buying NFTs on my credit card.
Explain it to your wife. Hey, what did you buy on this JP?
Our future house.
I'm gonna all my credit card transactions go through my wife with their app.
That's what I'm saying. Just see them.
What did you just buy? This ape. What is this going on here?
What's a primal pass?
Yeah, is
that a gym membership?
When is it coming in the mail?
What's up for monsters? What is that? You bought an apartment? What is going on here? Yeah. Really quick, big up to the Dwayne Johnson. Oh, the Dwayne Johnson in the house. And J Hub. What's up going on? Hugs Not Rugs. MeQ. Oh, by the way, you're always supporting me on what's that called, around the blockchain. Thank you so much. You were like in there like swimwear, man. So I really want to I appreciate you. I'm like a stranger over there, and then people are always like and you're one of the guys there, so I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. All right, so that's the first topic. I like that we went over something new, taught me something. Really curious about that. Super curious about Prime Kings. I don't even know what it is. I just like YOLOing on stream. Yeah. I really would YOLO if I had that money. But here is the second thing I wanted to. Oh wait, I did want to ask you a question based off of this right here. What is the weight we should give to, I guess, this type of tweet for an NFT project? It being talked about, the most talked about this week, is that something to be to take into a high consideration? Does it not mean anything? What's that kind of stuff?
Well, that tweet, even for me, like, it has me clicking on those profiles now just to see, because some of them I didn't really look into, like Little Oshi. We looked at it last night, but I looked at it more to see if I was missing something when we looked at it. And then was it the Raisins You? I can't pronounce that one.
Yeah,
that one as well that I haven't looked at either. So tweets like that get projects brought to our attention in a sense. So I'll click on the profile. I'll do a little research quickly to see why they were in the top 10 that week.
Right, and on top of that, there is like API issues because Farmer Nash commented on how to get Goombles on that list, which we know Goombles is having crazy engagement, obviously too. So it said that they ran the API through JPEG Store and OpenCNFT to get Twitter handles, which comes with the constraint of having non-zero trading volume. So anybody who doesn't have a secondary thing to trade right now for upcoming projects isn't on that list. So Goombles therefore didn't make it. So Goombles would definitely be one of the top ones up there as well. Which is a big project. So that said, the data is a little flawed when it comes to certain things like that. But I mean, for me, I mean, it's like I said, it gets your interest. If anything, Goofy Crisp has gotten a nice spotlight out of it. So it's great engagement if you're the tweeter of that. And then the other thing about it is maybe I would like to see a follow-up at the end of the month, because this is a week-to-week of where everybody landed at the end of the month. On who stayed in that top 50 and who was just a flash in the pan kind of thing.
Yeah, it seems like Mallard Order is always on this list, on these types of lists, which is, I mean, I'm glad I didn't sell all my ducks here. So I sold some, got the profit back, but held off. So.
I sold some ducks too, dude. I took profits. I sold an invitation letter. I sold a few things.
Yep.
And it turned out to be a good move because I profited about 400 or 500 ADA off each one of those versus where I would have right now.
Yeah. So, just curious about what I should be how I should be thinking with this type of data, because when I do research, I go on, I hit the streets, which is Twitter, and you just kind of look through these things. That's what I would do.
Aaron, I'm curious enough because I know you don't really, or you're not studying CNFTs. Out of this list right here, in the top maybe like top 5 of those, how many of the top 5 have you heard of personally between both you and Ethan and Aaron?
I would say 2, and of the top 10, 4.
Okay. What about Ethan? What about you? Top 5? How many of those projects have you heard of?
Top 5. Let's see. 1, 2. I've heard of 4 of the top 5. I mean, the big thing about the top 5 really that you're looking at right there is those were the main projects that were hyped up this week, especially because majority of them have minted in the past couple weeks. Yeah. So that's a big reason why they're in the top 5. Everyone's showing off their NFTs. Everyone's talking about it. So, and then obviously you have your top 10. You have some of your blue chips like Clay Nation's in there, Ape Society's in there. So, and I mean, Hosky's even up there too. I don't consider that a blue chip, but I mean, it's obviously been around for the longest time and has like a bajillion items. So.
Yeah, I'm not a student of CNFTs particularly. I'm a student more of NFTs, and then I'm more of a student of markets. So like, I that's why I'm always like considering, okay, what's the market gonna do? What's the Fed gonna do? How's Bitcoin gonna do? And then I move into NFTs because I see opportunity to flip. And then Cardano is just low barrier to entry, which is why I'm here, which is why I don't play on ETH too often. And so, but I really do love the future of NFTs. I really think that some of these projects will make people a ton of money. But I'm just not a student of NFTs. I'm a student of markets rather than NFTs. I hope.
Are you familiar with Hosky token, Aaron?
Yes, I am, but I don't know much about the project. Sometime or not.
It is definitely a brown chip, and it's definitely it's one of the most stable coins out there because it's zero. It's always zero. What's Hosky worth? 0.
And that's why I wanted to bring it up because they did make NFTs. They were what, 5 ADA, I think, to mint.
They were 6.9. I think.
And they sold like 18 billion of
420,000. 420,000. What was it?
Yeah, I think 420,000.
6.9 ADA.
This is a perfect example of that list. So that list,
you guys are freaking messing with me. I swear, dude, I don't know nothing about this Hosky token.
No, that's
look at JPEG Store.
Meme.
Pull it up on JPEG Store.
Honestly, I remember when we were talking Hosky when they first got started, and we thought, we were just playing along with a joke. They had some very top tier memes, and then all of a sudden they got not serious, but like they got serious in a non-serious way. And I
think the money made you get.
That's the top one.
Shit, people are like pretty popular. Like people like this, so you maybe need to like look at some real opportunities. Why kind of squander this following and this engagement that we've already gotten for just funny pictures.
Holy crap, it sold 420 items.
420 is the amount of it. And it's holding 11
6.9 ADA each.
Yeah, so they've doubled their floor essentially, still holding it.
Yep.
And on top, they've done over
but
one.
So it's also not like that's not one you would buy for flipping value. It's more like it's 11 ADA. You know, it's something to jump into. It's fun to be part of the community, to get in on the joke and join the Discord, things like that. Some of them are a lot of fun too. Just the pictures, they kind of go crazy with the creativity. But it shows now that list. I mean, it's always great. That's like one check mark off your kind of research is, hey, is this even being hyped up? Is it being talked about, especially in regards to a flip? That's what you want to see. But then you see Hosky on there at, what was it, number 6 or number 7? This is not one that, even though they're being talked about a year later, that you're gonna like be getting like a crazy flip on. You know what I mean? It's not one that you're invested in for the future. It's just for the fun.
Crazy part about this, like fun fact, back in the day when Hosky was first starting to mint these, before the supply became as big as it was, there was the original like Hosky logo, like the original like one that they still have on their Twitter. And I want to say somebody bought it for 20,000 ADA.
Yep.
20,000 ADA. And that's when and that's when ADA was like a couple bucks.
Gosh.
So that was a thing back then. So there's a lot of historical context with Hosky, and I know they operate with multiple stake pools. They've got like the claim there. God, man, I haven't gone back through it, but that you could claim like some the Hosky token via the bull if you're staking to one of the partner stake pools as well. You get in, you hold the NFTs in your wallet, you get more out there. There's people who hold billions and trillions of Hosky, and there's even a secondary value on dexes for them. But as always, they've always
bought a space bud with them.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Wasn't it a trade? They traded up, I thought.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say, yeah, it was something crazy like that. And a lot of people did it for the memes, but you know what the crazy part is that if Cardano does take off, it becomes one of the top, major blockchains in the future. These Hosky sticks around the way that it does. Think about like if Dogecoin had an official NFT. Just throwing that out there, like maybe not in that regard because that's a blocked, coin as well. But think about that, and if they had 420,000 of these, even if it was worth, a few bucks, and millions of people are using it, I'm not saying the value of these things will go crazy, but there will always be some sort of, memorabilia or like, hey, we were part of this when this got started, kind of thing.
I don't know about that one, man. I don't look. Here's what I'm honestly thinking. I think you're right about like, okay, I checked the no cowboy hat Hosky thing. I don't know. It's not there. I'm going to give one of these away right now. I mean, it's just because while we're thinking about it, but it's one of those things where like, maybe, it's so small, like, okay, maybe let's just YOLO into it. But that's just my mentality.
I would not recommend buying Hosky for the flip. You buy it for the memes. You do it for you do it for fun.
I just spent $10 on memes right now. That's what I
do it for the memes. That's some NFAFA for you, dude. That's fun.
That's right. No, that's real financial advice. Real guys, you only come here for the real financial advice, guys, right? I mean,
no, we do NFAFA, bro. No financial advice.
I'm here for it. All right, so while we're doing this, we have to give this thing away. It's burning a hole in my pocket. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to generate some what's it called?
Hangman?
Words.
Or Pictionary?
No, Pictionary. So I've just generated some words, and now I'm going to draw this for you guys. Is it on the screen? Okay. And the first person in the chat to get it will be able to have it, unless one of the boys gets it on screen, and then they could give it to someone in the chat. Whoever the favorite, we play favorites around here, so that's.
I vote for Garfield Lasagna in there somewhere.
Let's see.
I didn't see him talking yet.
I neither.
I didn't even check my name. Hold on, or my
Tom.
We getting hints on any of these, or are we just going straight into it?
No, this is gonna be super easy. Honestly,
I'm not gonna lie. We need some. The problem is Aaron says super easy, and then it's like a little straight line drawing that no one will ever get.
Okay. Let me show you. Hold on. All right. Well, I can't show you. I'll show you later.
We need some clips of your worst drawings.
Some highlights.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, exactly.
This is so easy. Gosh, this is so easy.
Line, got it.
Tree. Fire hydrant. It looks like a tree.
Line, got it.
Christmas tree.
Easy.
Nuclear explosion. Ohio.
Oh yeah, it does look like Ohio. Train derailment.
No.
Broccoli.
Broccoli. It was easy. All right. Red broccoli.
Nobody liked tree.
Tree.
There we go. Okay, colors make a big difference on that.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I didn't realize I drew it in red.
Keebler elf.
Air. Leaves.
Sap?
Water?
Sap. He got it. XLR.
Okay. This man drew sap as blue.
Damn, I went deep with that in my head. I went weeping willow because I thought the tree was crying.
Where did sap come in? You got sap before me.
That's too deep. Too deep with the.
That's
Chat
crazy.
is way behind for me. There you go.
All right. XLR, go ahead and screenshot this. All right. Actually, let me screenshot it. I'll screenshot it. Also, screenshot and then hit me up on Discord. Okay, hit me up on Discord, and I'll send you a Husky, whatever I just bought.
Cash grab NFT.
Cash grab.
Congratulations.
Good stuff. I had an idea here. Let me see where is this back up.
How many of those you still got, Tommy and TJ?
I just have one left.
I think I got like 4 of them sitting around.
Guys, real quick, shout out to Freedom35. Be sure to check out them in the descriptions down below. They all their links are down there, but be sure to check out and subscribe to their YouTube channel if you want only the best CNFT, even some NFT news, some of that alpha. And right now, they're #1, the best giveaways on the market right now. I'm probably like a 4 or 5 because I still owe like Chronic's wife something, and I think G3. I think so. I don't know. I'm just behind on everything.
That's okay. Bandit owes me a duck.
I was gonna say, you ever get your duck, TJ?
No.
Quack,
I wanted
quack,
to stream so I can call him out.
That man is running from the smoke of it, boy. Let me tell you.
Hey, while we're sitting here, TJ, normally we would do this, but guys, if you're in chat right now, it looks like there's 18, maybe 19 of you guys. Go hit that like button down there if you're enjoying the content tonight, and consider subscribing if you enjoy this great CNFT content. And check out your boy Cowboys of Crypto over on Around the Blockchain, hanging out with DZ and the gang out there. This guy's a celebrity, winning games out there.
Trying.
So
I
support the
I
channel,
thought I
man.
did like a YouTube review on Husky token a while ago, and maybe I didn't because I was a crazy degen.
It was like one of our first episodes. I can't remember like when it was like super early on when we did that.
Yeah, but all right. So let's move on to another topic here. I want to get to this one. I want to get these. I feel like a crazy. I mean, it's just a crazy. That degen mode hits me, and I just want to buy. Honestly,
Dude,
it's a good thing that I don't have a wallet full of that. Well,
gotta
I
stop
had
that,
like 4,000 ADA in my wallet just sitting there, not invested, and I'm like, I need to spend money.
Yeah, I hear you.
Episode 5, Tommy.
Episode 5, and we're on 67 right now.
Nice.
Oh wow, I'm flying.
Guys. Good for
Yeah,
you.
right.
Jeez.
I remember when you hit 35. It feels like 2 weeks ago, bro.
That was actually our biggest viewed biggest viewed podcast at the time out of the first 5.
God, good old Husky token. I believe they got Husky token got like Blake one of his first like few hundred like subs early on when he first got his channel started because he did a video about them. Like they definitely had like a good draw to him at that time.
Yo, that's the way to do it. I mean, just for like YouTube wise, when the bull market happens, you do a video cover on any coin and you start pulling from that community like crazy. And it's nuts. And I hope it's like authentic and stuff like that. I remember one time this coin paid me. I think it was Catcoin. They paid me to do a video review of it. So I did the review. It was a terrible project. I flamed it to the ground. I was like, I think it's still on my YouTube channel. I'm like, this is horrible. So what I ended up doing is I ended up giving the money that they paid me away to anyone who watched the video. It's like, comment the best thing on this. I didn't make any money. I'm literally giving it all away because I just covered this video, but you watched it, so you have a chance to win some money. And I gave away $2,000 on that video. So
that's the way to do it, Mr. B style, dude. Just give back to the community.
It was nuts. It was just nuts. All right. I want to bring this one up here. This is another tweet that I'd like to share with y'all. What's an overlooked gem that you love on Cardano? Okay, Esco, friend of the channel, had him on here a couple times. I'm sure he's gonna promote Ruggables or something like that, or whoever else. But I was wondering about you guys. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Gully, another friend of the channel. What are you guys' friends? What are your thoughts on what is a overlooked project? I mean, all of this, if I were to look on here, I'm like, okay, everyone's just talking nonsense right now.
Everybody's pumping their bags, dude. Everybody wants whatever they're involved in, they're putting in that
their own bags. It's the way of NFTs, and it's just how crypto runs. But What do you guys think? Give me some.
Honestly, I don't have a big bag of them. Tommy does, and Tommy can probably talk a lot about them as well. I think you actually found the channel too, Aaron. It's Space Otter Society. I think they're very overlooked and undervalued right now in the space for what they have to offer. That's one for me that I think is overlooked for sure.
You steal my thing, TJ.
Nah, you can do your BB, bro. Let's hear it.
I do that. Honestly, now the lower that price goes, the more I kind of get more bullish on it. Because I'm like, yo, the potential return could just be wild out there. I can't endorse that right now because even me, I'm riding that thing to wherever it goes. Space Otter Society for sure, only because of the fact that they're continuously starting to build. They partner with the Ada Anvil team, which is one of the best in the game as far as like minting partners, and then they're also building out specific features for this project and via like smart contracts. So they started their Otter Mart is they partner with the Crypto Raggies team, which is a great team to basically give you their utility token, which is the Shells token that you can earn by staking otters. You can then take the Shells token and go into this marketplace and buy other NFTs with that Shells token. You get discounts on that depending on when they bought their thing. So if a project mooned, they don't raise the price of what it is on their Otter Mart. It's the same price that they bought it for. So there's cool incentives like that. And then they have those missions, which they partnered up with Happy Hoppers. They partnered up with Block Investment Group or Jelly Cubes to do like these partner missions, and they've got some more on the horizon. So a lot of cool stuff with them. I think they got lost in the shuffle of like terrible mint times last year when things got really like bearish. So a lot of people kind of overlooked them, but they've sold out and they've been continuing to build. They have a really cool like bot system in the Discord. So definitely one for me that I think you should take a look at if you guys are looking for a potential project. Because we've seen what happens when projects that are building really get their tech online and get people bought in. If you want to look at Tavern Squad as an example of that, people were fading Tavern Squad all the way down to like 17 to 24 ADA floor price. And then if you go look at Tavern Squad right now, because they've got all their stuff online, and dude, they just partnered up with Mallard Order as well to passively stake your mallards. And actually the floor prices, which is very surprising because these things are actually up to like almost like a 400 floor, or down to about 198. But even take that math, 24 ADA or 17 ADA to 198 floor. I mean, you can't beat that kind of stuff.
Pumping, though, they were 300-400 floor easy.
Yeah. So there's even honestly Tavern Squad right now at 198. I could say that's an overlooked gem. Still at that price for me personally.
Yep. Both of them. I think they've been around for so long that people heard about them when they minted. They didn't really get that crazy post-mint flip price where everyone was able to become like, ADA millionaires. And it kind of just was like, yeah, I remember that, but I haven't stayed in the Discord. I don't really know what's going on. Maybe I've seen a few videos and didn't really watch through them all the way, or didn't watch them at all just because I know about that project. I'm not interested in buying it. But they've actually started to get into their like next stages of development. They're doing both real things.
Yeah. And potential not overlooked at all, but one that easily like got lost in the shuffle that potentially could have a big run up depending upon how the how this next release happens is good old Chill Kongs over there, which I wouldn't say that's a cheap price or anything like that. But people forget they used to be one of the top. They were going head to head with the Ape Society last summer in terms of like.
I think they're overlooked though.
Not overlooked in the sense. I think people forgot a lot about it because there was so much other stuff going on. But now that the Magic Kong mint is going to be happening, you may see a little run on these things. And again, past that, I don't know what it's going to do. We are in a weird time, but this is just definitely a project that was at the top that I feel like a lot of people kind of just kept on the back burner for right now, which is now starting to get back into the spotlight a little bit.
I'd almost to say that Yummy's kind of in that category too.
True.
I mean, they got a strong floor price. They got a strong community that's actively involved. But as far as everyone else knows, it's kind of like, oh, wasn't that one of the ones from like early September, October 2021? They had the cute little guys. They did holiday stuff. That's what I see. But with the plans they have and then the steps they've taken towards it, as long as they can execute that properly, I think they have plenty of room to become a really big project, even bigger than they are now.
Okay,
yeah, I can always endorse that.
So you guys are mentioning a few things: Chilled Kongs, Yummy, Tavern Squad. The chat is mentioning a few things as well. We have to mention Old Money. Old Money.
I would definitely say Old Money is it.
But I don't think Old Money is overlooked though. I think
definitely not among us.
They've always been like on the like kind of this their own niche market, old money. They've always, and shout out to all the MFers over in chat. I think a lot of people have always everybody know of old money. They just you really have to, it's a buy-in to get into that community because there's a lot to it. And to the average like flipper investor, they're probably not going to do all that research or not want to be part of the, that's a community right there that you really your benefits happen by being a part of the community for that kind of a project.
Yeah.
And they don't have the traditional kind of like setup as far as their plans and roadmap goes compared to some of the other projects. They do things, a lot of what they've built is kind of like proof of concept to their technology that they have and have developed, and just showing how well that works in their website and the interactivity and stuff like that. So sometimes maybe like the NFT itself doesn't have as apparent like use to some people. Whereas, if you really start looking into what they've built and are building, you have a lot of potential.
Yeah,
you got the talent on the team.
Yeah, I certainly think so as well. I think that one thing that we can fall into, which I'm just kind of noticing a pattern here, and I want to break the pattern with you guys. I know it's taboo. It's taboo to talk bad about a project. And so I'm not going to ask you guys to talk bad about a project because we don't want the communities flaming us. But I guess I just want to know why. Like, right? Maybe that is the answer. Like, do you guys talk bad about projects, or maybe not bad, critical? Because I'm hypercritical about, I think about projects, maybe even too critical. Because I remember I was flaming Space Otters until they were explaining it to me. Then I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome. So like, but that's my, I guess, I don't know, personality.
There's a project where we tend to stay neutral with. There's projects we obviously won't bring up as much, but I guess to not necessarily flame them because we still want to give, I guess, everyone a chance, right, to prove what they have going on. Because when people start to mint something or coming out with a project or a business, at the end of the day, a lot of these NFT projects are a business. So, I mean, their first initial plans we might not agree with, but down the line, they might come out with something that we might like. So we might just, I don't know. I don't want to flame a project off of first impressions type of stuff. That's just my take on it. I mean, I'm critical. I'm a little more critical now about projects, especially there was one a few months ago, Wolf project that I was like kind of live researching during the podcast. I was like, I'm not going to mint that one after like finding out a couple of things like live researching, but now they're still around, I think. But that was like the most critical I got about a project on video.
Yeah. For me, it's not even about like, I mean, there's obviously like red flags on certain things on projects, right? If you've got all the red flags like, hey, there's no like community here, or there's like fake botting, there's no real engagement, or they've got no like roadmap plan. Of course, like we're not even like going to give it the time of day at that point. And if you see something like if we, if our community's talking about it and like, especially over in the Discord side of things, for sure, we'll be vocal about it. I'm never like sitting on here on YouTube, like going to jump on and be like, don't buy this project, no. We don't even want to give it that kind of a spotlight because that's not what we're here to do. But if there's some reason for us to go ahead and bring it up, yeah, of course, we'll give us our honest opinion about it. I don't know. I don't know. It gets a lot of engagement, especially on Twitter when people like to call certain things out. Use the Alley Cats thing, right? When that was announced that the guy's background went out, people loved to hammer on them about that. And honestly, I think it did the reverse of like push people away. If anything, it brought more attention to them. And you've seen what they've done, obviously, on secondary. So I'm never going to go after somebody unless like there's a reason to like, hey guys, you got a big issue. And I see a lot of people talking about this, potentially about to put money into it in our community. I'll give you my opinion on it. And at the end of the day, you guys needed to make the decision. We're not your financial investors. We'll never give financial advice, only fun advice.
And we're so like niche specific too, right? So if we just start flaming a bunch of these projects, and let's say we have a great following in our community, and especially in our Discord, and we start flaming projects, some people in our Discord might be like, I actually like that project. I don't agree with you. I'm dipping out of here type of thing. So we never want to do that either, regardless of what we feel or what one of us feels. Like Tommy's into a project that Tom and I aren't, and we are vocal about that. We don't flame them. It's almost a joke now when we
say
the
name,
them.
Dude. Say the name. BB. I thought it was Beat Boys, dude.
Whatever it is. So that's a project that Tommy had big conviction on. Tom and I are like, I'm not minting this. This looks ridiculous. Tommy minted it for a piece of pizza and a DJ on video screen. That's why he minted it.
I still listen to that DJ mix every time.
Hear him going now. That's what I'm saying. So we never actually roast or flame a project for those reasons.
Well, it's not even like trying to like, oh, we're gonna lose someone from Discord. It's also just this is meant to be more of a good time, especially like on our side, our show, our Discord. Coming on your show, it's mostly like meant to have fun with the community and share information. And besides being like critical of maybe how a project goes about something, and so more so even usually the community that's kind of doing it than the project endorsing it themselves. They can be loud or aggressive or whatever the case may be. It just kind of leads to conversations that aren't worth having. And then you're going to have someone that's like, oh, these guys just called me an idiot for buying this. I'm going to, I'll show them. And then you're getting in these arguments on Twitter, or they're calling you out and tagging you. And it's like, I don't want to engage with this. This is such a waste of time. Like we barely have enough time for what it is. We'd rather focus on the show and talking to people in Discord that are actually enjoying themselves than are just getting pissed on Twitter all the time. And it's like, there's just some things that are red flags. We see them, just move on. Like, it's not that hard. There's not a point to bring it up.
Yeah, I see Curly Knox
say, don't say it at all. It goes back to in year 5.
And I saw Curly Knox said we should call out obvious rogues. If you see something out there where, like I said, there's a problem with a project where, like, hey, these are a big potential red flag, of course we can make a mention of it. But we're at the end of the day, we're a podcast, right? Like, we get a chance to talk and entertain and have fun about it. We're not the top 10 main projects you should be looking out for kind of thing, but we'll obviously share news and things like that come up about it. But I'm never out to be like, let me do the research, the sleuth, like behind the scenes investigator.
People
to make
do it better.
Let the people handle that, and we'll bring it up when it is relevant. Yeah, that is our kind of niche inside this space. But absolutely, if there's a rug out there and people need to know about it, and it comes across our thing, we'll for sure share it with
that. Even the definition of obvious rugs is like quasi too, right? Like, you could say, like, if something came out where these cartoon drawings of like people in astronaut suits, these cartoon animals in astronaut suits, and it turns out that the art was taken from other sources of art, and you'd be like, oh yeah, we're trying to sell this thing for, let's say, 4,000 ADA or whatever, you would be like, oh yeah, that's a rug. But then maybe it ends up being like one of the #1 projects on Cardano.
DGens are going to be DGens, right?
So originally, with how they marketed and just kind of how they went about in their like Discord and things like that, I was really opposed to Boss Cat Rocket Club and was not feeling it at all. I just thought they were kind of like a younger part of the audience as far as our community goes, and were just really loud and hyping it up, not based on, they were promising like exclusive access to party resorts in Hawaii, and it's like, I don't live in fucking Hawaii. How am I going to get out there? It's a little tough. You buying my plane ticket? Like, but then look at where they're at now. I mean, they minted how long ago? The original mint was over a year ago, and that list that we shared at the beginning of the podcast, BCRC's on there. They still are talked about. They're still hyped, and they still have a strong community. Now on the other end, one I don't have a problem still talking bad about is Cardalords. That was one that we saw. And if you go to their Twitter right now, even though it was, I think, a year ago, their Twitter still says in pre-mint. And mint now, we're still pre-minting. And it's like, they haven't tweeted in a year. They completely disappeared. And everyone in the community was like going after them. Like Curly said, like, everyone was like, please do not give them your money. This is bad for the community, these kind of projects. And sure enough, they were gone right away. They didn't even get to the actual mint date. They're still in pre-mint on their Twitter.
Yeah. It's definitely it's subjective. It's one of those things. It's like, we got to be super careful about doing. For ourselves and for anyone else who would be, anyone who would be willing to give me the time of day to just like listen to me. I really appreciate it. So we try to not give bad advice.
Where I would go with that is that if you are host of a project or a show like this, or we have a platform like that, and we're bringing these projects to people's attention, we need to do our own due diligence about whoever it is that we're bringing on, or whatever projects we're talking about. That is where the difference lies. Of like, hey guys, we see this project and we should bring it up. Versus, hey, here's a project we put in front of you. I have no idea about it. It could be a rug, it could not be a rug. That's where you run into the problem. So I think on our side, we've always kind of made sure that we are all in agreement that what we're bringing on is something that our viewers would benefit from.
Yeah,
there's been
by listening to.
There's been plenty of projects, even like 6-7 months ago, in our spam folder that have reached out to us that we did research and are like, I don't feel comfortable bringing them on the show, because when they come on our platform, it is like a sense of us endorsing them, that we're kind of like giving them the time to talk about their project. So we always want to make sure, like Tommy said, we do our research before we bring someone on the show to make sure we cover our end on that too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I want to shift gears one last time here. Last time we're going to be doing a giveaway. This is how I generate Pictionary. Okay, Pictionary Random word generator.
Oh, you got a generator, huh?
Dictionary things. There's SAP for you, and then I just generated again. Cough, Senala. This is just the easy stuff. This is hard. This is really hard. Okay.
Do you have a rap generator too on there? I see.
I do.
Rap name generator? We're going like Camino here.
I don't have a rap generator. I have like Rhyme Zone. Like.
I knew it. Okay.
So.
Exposed.
Dang.
Well, not exposed. I exposed myself. It's okay.
Overexposed.
I need help.
I was making a joke, but I didn't know you actually used something.
No, so I have the initial word, but then I go through like Hubble, bubble. What rhymes with bubble?
Oh, you in trouble.
Trouble.
Time to go
double. Okay, yeah, that's why I would need. Yeah, because
make it double.
I was about to say Shooter McGavern's in here. Do you just want to lay by the bay, make things out of clay? Just may.
I mean, it's a legendary name. You can't go wrong either.
Gavin. It's Gavin or Gavin in the movie.
McGavern.
Gavin.
Yeah, McGavern.
No. He posted a tweet, or I don't know if Shooter McGavern's a guy or girl actually behind the actual account, but they did put a tweet out today saying it was like the 27th anniversary on their thing. I don't know if it was hilarious.
Oh, that's fire.
Of Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I put it in the private chat.
I feel really old. I don't like that at all. Please don't tweet that ever again.
96, right there.
Oh my god, that was 27 years ago.
Jeez. That was 20. Yeah, 27 years ago. You just screwed out of the gold jacket.
I'm not even 27 years old yet. How's that possible?
Oh, that's amazing. But no, I thought that was hilarious today seeing that.
Man, that movie right there. That's one of the first like comedy movies that I've seen.
Oh, back in the day, it's such a class. It still holds up great to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, even for the younger generation too.
I don't know. I think that might be his best movie, Adam Sandler.
Are you going comedy based or
yeah?
I'm a Billy Madison fan myself, and also
Billy Madison.
Yeah,
Happy Gilmore
Billy
has
Madison's up there.
Like widespread
come on,
appeal. Like
Happy Gilmore is like.
Waterboy's up there.
I'm not knocking at Gilmore. I love all those 90s comedies. Big Daddy's great. Billy Madison.
Big Daddy was great.
Yep.
Happy Gilmore still has like I think still hits a little better, whereas Billy Madison you watch now and it's just like
I think so too.
He's in a bathtub arguing with his
I love Billy Madison. I mean, there's just so many legendary lines
in there. Chris
looking at me.
Chris Farley's in that one.
But I think Billy Madison gets a lot more traction off of the nostalgia because parts of he's like arguing shampoo with each other. It's like the 5-year-olds. Come on,
legendary scene though.
That's a Brady voice.
I'll pull out the Funko Pop. I'll pull out the Funko Pop of him in the bathtub.
That
Happy Gilmore, he kind of like is a little bit more of a real person at least.
Big Daddy is the classic. That's the go-to. Like you need the Big Daddy is a good feel-good movie. It's hilarious and it's a timeless classic.
Waterboy's great too. I forgot about Waterboy.
Everyone knows Funny People's his best movie. All right.
No, stop that.
No, you're done. You're done.
You guys put Happy or Billy in the chat.
Number one right here. Billy Madison is number one for a reason.
Oh wow, you're a big fan.
All right. Oh wow.
Billy Madison wins. Billy Madison wins. I mean, the end of the debate right there.
I'm gonna say it again. I love all of his '90s comedies. Love all of those movies. They're all great to me.
You guys think about his new stuff?
Agreed.
New stuff.
Real
quick, I know this is NFTs, but
the basketball movie was good. The basketball movie was good.
You know what I did weirdly like was the Hubie
Halloween is great.
Dude, that was kind of funny. That was on Netflix.
I don't know.
That was pretty funny. That just came out like a year and a half ago. It wasn't bad.
It's good. Stars.
They're
signing Kevin Hart. They're signing Adam Sandler. They're doing.
They got him.
Oh, Craig.
Wedding Singer's a good one too.
Who's
Craig Robinson?
Craig something.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Oh, James Bond.
Yeah, Knives Out. That's awesome.
Oh, great movie.
Glass Onion.
Yeah,
for sure.
Glass Onion was good too. I like that.
Glass Onion. I mean, yeah, Glass Onion. That was good stuff. Anyway, guys, before we get off track, totally off track, I do want to bring it back to Cardano. I think being Cardano, at least familiar with things, is important. I want to bring up a topic here. Let me see if I can get the screen up here. This topic talks about the Valentine upgrade. Now, I've followed the reason why I love Cardano is I've followed it for a very long time, all the way. I mean, not very long time, like 2-3 years. I've been watching their upgrades and all that stuff. Basil hard fork, all that kind of stuff. This one's the Valentine upgrade, and basically it talks about interoperability. Having dApps on Cardano be able to be used by other chains, and then being, you know, back and forth. So interoperability, that's what that means, being used on multiple chains. Now, you guys don't have to be experts. Yeah, I know you guys are NFT experts. I just want to get your feedback on what this kind of means, that this utility to Cardano, what it means for the NFT space or the Cardano space in general. All of our NFT projects are claiming some kind of utility. Well, not all. Most of them are claiming some kind of utility. Most of them, the utility is staking, but maybe it's some other kind of stuff. Just curious, what you think about, you know, Cardano getting an upgrade, especially in the realm of interoperability between having creators and inventors and developers on Cardano being able to be used on other chains like maybe Ethereum or AVAX and vice versa.
I think it's great. I think it just brings more people to the chain. I mean, the simple answer is that. I mean, just getting more and more people brought over here from the other chains with this upgrade. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to say what it is getting bridges. When you build dApps that can talk to other chains, that can bridge and talk to other technology on other blockchains that is more fleshed out than where Cardano is, that's when you start to see the mass adoption, right? That's when people start to come to the blockchain, they can interact with it, and they can start to take advantage of different programs and different, you know, actual use cases outside of just trading on this blockchain. So I think for us, obviously dApps are a huge thing, and DeFi is still yet to really take off here. And you really need the stable coins. We just saw Jed go online. You've got the Indigo that is out there as well. Stable coins, you've got these different bridges that are going to be a huge thing for us. So when you start to bring those things online, DeFi starts to thrive. And then when DeFi starts to come online, then you can start to see all these different apps. You can start to see bridging between different pairs of different, say I'm on Ethereum and I want Cardano, you can switch over easily. And then you could potentially onboard new users into this ecosystem. So this is a huge thing for us. And it's just, like I said, Cardano is starting to wake up a little bit. And we're still in the infancy stage of this. You know, it's coming online, but it's taking its time. So this is a great stepping stone over to the adoption of it.
Especially for the creators, like project creators, things like that. It can give them just that much more ability to do things that can connect to other communities that maybe they even had planned or had ideas for that they liked, but weren't able to kind of move forward with because that technology was not ready yet. Even going all the way back to like Fettuccine and Angel Baby Hit Squad, where they had to kind of they had to develop their own system to make it so that the Ethereum NFTs could connect and be read and seen for the airdrops on our Cardano side. So now having these kind of tools that the developers and project leaders can use just helps them out a lot, saves them tons of time and money to really focus more on the actual project that we want to see.
Yeah, I guarantee you're going to see on both sides of blockchains of Ethereum and Cardano and Solana and all of them, they're going to start to use keywords for utility as cross-chain utility with their NFT. Like, oh, you own my NFT, you're going to get an airdrop on Ethereum. You own my Ethereum one, you're going to get an airdrop on Cardano, especially with this integration now.
And especially with Boombles and stuff like that, where you have people coming over from the east side that are already involved in those communities that have like the experience and knowledge and other community members.
Well, you also bring over developers too, and that's key for this blockchain right now. You get developers over here, that gets more money into the ecosystem. It gets more people who want to build here. And then, like you said, all the different programs and dApps that can come out of that, like that, you're bringing money into the chain. You're giving people a reason to operate here. So the more that it becomes friendly to outside people like that, the better it is for overall, for everybody.
Yeah, I would also say it's just so the money too. If I have money on multiple chains, so it makes it easier for me to interact between the things that I need to interact. Maybe there's developers here and there's a particular type of developer on another chain, and I can move easier. Like I said, the reason why I don't have more ADA in my wallet is because I have to go through Binance, and it's the only bridge that I can think of that's easy that I could, and I don't want the government taking that and listing it and all that kind of stuff. Warden, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to see, because we talk about building up the community. I mean, almost every single week, that's what we kind of emphasize on. But I mean, the way you do that is just by coming out with new stuff. I mean, we got the stable coins that are starting to come out, got the bridges that are starting to come out, and I mean, all of you guys have basically hit on it, where we're trying to bring more and more people into the community, and that's the way we're going to grow it.
Yeah, stupid me. I didn't mint a kid called Beast because I was like, oh, such a big process. I have to liquidate something, then I gotta swap everything over, and then I gotta go on the market. It's just a whole process that I obviously regret not doing. But it's just that mindset of like you, Aaron. You don't have 8 over here, so you do all those steps just to get it over here. We gotta do the same step just to even go and mint something else on another blockchain. So that's what I was like. I'm excited for that coming over here for that reason.
And don't get me wrong, too. I've found this out by operating over on OpenSea a little bit recently. Is that if I bought my first Polygon NFTs this week, but if I wanted to trade them and actually sell them over on the OpenSea marketplace, I actually had to I was on the Ethereum mainnet. I had to wrap up my ETH into Polygon, and then I was able to trade on that marketplace. And that was just a pain in the ass overall in general. So it's not the grass is always greener on the other side, because they're still working kinks out on their side as well. So there's a lot of room to build, and it's just good that Cardano is on that stepping stone to make it. It's kind of good that they're almost a little bit behind some of the bigger. Ethereum's kind of making the first waves because they can innovate off that a little bit. They can kind of see what has and what hasn't worked, and then they can adjust accordingly, because their bones, to me, are some of the best, if not the best, one of the best blockchains out there right now, which is why we're here.
Yeah, I would say it's got to be top 3 blockchains out there right now. I mean, it really has to be. I can't.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm on every chain. I'm on literally like 5, 6, 7 different chains. That's not just 2 chains. I'm on a lot of them.
Yeah.
And it's because I like different projects on different ones, and I'm involved in, and I see different YouTubers. I have AVAX. I have
big chain, baby. Sorry, I gotta be like the band.
2 chains, 4 chains. I mean, every chain. Honestly, it's hard, and I need that interoperability. I personally need it. So, I mean,
yeah,
Polygon. I'm on Polygon a lot.
Shout out to Changely too. I know Curly Knox is mentioning that, the guy from Polygon who was telling us how to mint those. If you want to swap ADA directly into Ethereum, go to the website Changely, and you can actually do that in like a matter of minutes without having to go through Coinbase, without having to go through Binance or any of those. It is super simple, and I would highly recommend going through that site.
From BSC, or
if you have BSC, I believe there's a bridge for that as well. So yeah, if you go to BSC to Ethereum or BSC to ADA, I'd have to go back through and look at the exact bridges. But I know I was able to take Ethereum and change it into Matic, and I know I was able to take Cardano and change it into Matic as well. So
what's that called? Changely?
Changely is the name of the website. So change the word change LLY at the end of it. Change LLY. Yeah. And go check out the bridges. That's a nice little pro tip right there.
Oh yeah.
So
man, I'm a rookie right now.
And you don't need to connect a wallet either. It's not sketchy where you have to, you just got to trust kind of the old days. I'm going to send it here and it's going to send it back. Just,
I don't know about that one.
We got a little more faith over here, because that's how we started over on Cardano. Is hey, just send it to this address. We swear we'll give it back, or a refund.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. It is 1:02. I like to end it, and this is how we're going to end it here. What is that? Okay.
The weeping
sad tree.
Yeah, the sad tree. It's like weird too. Let's go. All right, here we go. This one's gonna be the last Husky. Maybe I'll throw something else in there because those are like so small. But here we go. This is the picture here. Oh, I don't know.
Circle. Got it.
All right,
balloon. Oh,
flexing.
Dance. Pants off. Dance off. Thinking.
Dreaming.
Benjamin Franklin.
Daydream.
Daydreaming about himself.
All day I dream about soccer.
Watching Aaron draw.
Thinking about your future.
Thinking about your spouse.
Wedding day.
Dancing. Thinking about dancing.
Wedding day.
Not imagining.
Dreaming about your future.
Fantasizing. Fantasy.
Weeping Willow. Really.
Dream girl.
No. Okay.
Wedding.
Save the Last Dance.
Definitely. No, definitely.
Not a movie.
Yeah.
How Stella got her groove back.
All right, fair enough. Thinking bubble.
Dream.
Oh, Struggle-Heart. Struggle-Heart got it. Struggle-Heart got
Memory. All right. There you go.
Memory.
That was the first
wow.
Good job. Good job.
That's a tough one. Memory.
Good job. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this. Hit me up on Twitter or hit me up on Discord. Guys,
holding man.
Guys, thank you so much for hold on. Yeah, memory got it. How do I get back to okay, boom. Oh, here we go. So this Changely thing, that's one.
Yes, correct. Good. So if you go to go down to view all supported pairs right there, down a little bit on the right hand side. Yep, up a little bit on the right. It's in white. The view all support. It's underlined text
right there
on the right. Yeah.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah. Click on that, and then type in the search for whatever you're searching for. So if it's BSC,
to like USDC on Bitcoin.
You're typing something crazy over there. No, just type in one of the. Yeah, you gotta type Cardano on that, or I guess whatever you want to do. And then you could go to exchange ADA.
No, so like I have USDC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or better yet, what's the Binance one? USD.
Yeah. Do you have it on the BSC chain, or where do you got it?
USD on the BSC chain.
Okay, so exchange it, and then you swap down to the ETH to ADA, I guess.
Oh.
Boom! There you go. Now exchange now.
Wait, how does it?
Just trust. Y'all see. So you choose how much BSC you want to use. Or
how does it know how much BSC I got?
No. That's the minimum right there that you can trade. So you have to do at least 43 of that to do that. So you want to do 5,000 of that. That'll get you 12,000 ADA or whatever that is. Yeah. And then you would go, I guess guys could do that. So you would enter in your ADA address, and then that's going to know where to send you back that ADA, and then it's going to tell you an address to send the BUSD to. And you send it from your wallet. It confirms it.
A lower amount here.
Yeah. I wouldn't go full on hand.
That's the amount.
Wait a minute. The way you describe this, I'm gonna do this with a lower amount.
Like, damn,
I can confirm though.
Yeah,
I can confirm this works. I got Curly, and then Curly Knox did it as well, and a few others. But yes, this does work.
I can confirm you only did $100.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I need.
Eris is ready to risk it all, dude. $5,000 gone. Let's do it.
I was like, I thought you couldn't. I didn't know you. Okay. Some of the other bridges, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. This was.
This is actually a really good website for this. Yes.
The old Binance ways when we first got into crypto in 2017. Remember that website, the Binance. It wasn't even .us at the time. It was just Binance. And then they changed it to not US.
Yeah, they split it when they did the .com.
Yeah. And then you had to just hope you were getting it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's so sketchy. Like it's so sketchy sometimes, guys.
Yeah, the exchange rate. I can't comment on the exchange rate itself. You may want to take a look at that. I honestly didn't look at it because I wasn't sending like crazy amounts of money over. But it's an easy way if you want to avoid Binance and you want to avoid Coinbase and all these other centralized exchanges to have to go through that process. Easy enough way, right?
Wait a minute. ADA's at 40 cents right now.
Yep.
I'm doing this math. I gotta do this math differently.
Yeah,
this is,
I would look at what. So one.
Am I going crazy right now?
ADA's 38 cents now.
How much? What do you? You're on a stable coin, right? It's $1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 divided by what is that? 2.559. Yeah. So that's 40%. About 40 cents.
Okay.
Yeah. You're good.
All right. Not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Guys, thank you so much for viewing, watching our show, being with us here. Be sure to check out these guys, Freedom 35. It's the #1 NFT podcast out there, in my opinion. And I think these guys are the absolute best. I learn from them all the time whenever they're talking about. I try to pop in as much as I possibly can. One new thing, they are starting their Twitter spaces tomorrow night. Be sure to follow them on Twitter, set those notifications, set those alarms on. Do you guys have anything else to say? I mean, like, I can't say enough about you guys.
Mufafa.
Mufafa. We appreciate all the like I said, the having us on the channel, man. It's always a blessing to get over here and be able to share streams like this and have you guys on and vice versa. The Twitter streams, we will be doing no podcast. And every end of the month right now, we're taking a podcast off as far as like the Spotify, YouTube on a Friday, and we're doing it on the last Wednesday. So tomorrow is our Freedom After Tuesday, or our Fat Alpha Twitter space. So you can jump over there at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night if you guys want to come hang out with us. Not record it. I think it will be recording space, so you can come over there. I don't know if we'll have giveaways. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. But come out, say hi, roast us, whatever you want to do. But other than that, yeah, man, we appreciate always jumping onto the channel, and it's an honor to be over here with you guys.
Been too long for me.
Yeah, gentlemen, we appreciate it.
Tom, thank you guys so much for coming. Crypto Warden, of course, thanks for being my partner in crime here. And of course, the biggest people that we need to thank is anyone in the chat. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Honestly, you guys make it really like awesome and fun for us. And so I really enjoy it. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night. See you guys tomorrow on their Twitter Spaces. Be sure to set those notifications out, and we'll see you guys.